This changes everything for the Los Angeles Lakers as a shocking new report has dropped surrounding multiple Lakers, but a one Laker in particular that has fans absolutely fired up. We're going to break down that report and discuss what it means going forward, as well as break down multiple other updates as the playoffs are just days away. We have a ton to go over today, ladies and gentlemen, but before we get into it, if you're a part of the 90% who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Lakers content. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. If you want to help us towards our big goal of 20,000 subscribers, we just hit 18K. We're on the road to 20K. If you want to help us towards that goal, make sure to smash that subscribe button. And thank you guys again for your continued support over here. It has been absolutely unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a bombshell from LeBron James himself, as well as JJ Redick and things like that. We have a ton of updates to go over today. And without further ado, let's dive right into it. Now, I'm just going to start off with the heat here. You can see from Lojo Media, of course, shout out to everyone out the media day. We got a bit of a media dump just an hour or so ago. JJ Redick said that everyone was a full participant, including Maxi Kleber and LeBron James in practice today. Now, this is big news for multiple reasons. Obviously, for one, you're, of course, talking about Maxi Kleber, which we'll dive into in a minute. That's a big piece of news. But LeBron James is a full participant. There was some worry about his injury, his groin, all these different things. Maxi is good to go, or LeBron is good to go. He will be ready for the round one matchup against the Timberwolves. But more interestingly, and we have a couple updates on it, Maxi Kleber was a full participant. Now, does this mean that he's going to play game one? No. We have a couple updates on that. What it does mean is that he could make a serious impact maybe deeper and later on in the playoffs if the Lakers should get there. But this is surprising. This came out of nowhere for JJ Redick to come out and say that Maxi Kleber was a full participant. You can see this here. He has begun on-court activity with the group, but there's still no timetable for his return. The Lakers did conditioning and shooting drills today, no live action, and Kleber was a full participant. So, again, pump the brakes in the sense of him playing game one, game two, or maybe even the first series. But he's recovered from this injury faster than we expected. And the fact that A, he was a full participant, albeit not non-contact practice, but B, that he's really getting out there, getting some shots up. This changes everything for the landscape of the way that they can use some of their backup big men, because they're in a very interesting spot now. Trey Jemison is not, available to play. Jordan Goodwin is, of course. Christian Koloko isn't. Their backup big position, we're going to have videos on this, is very thin right now. And if Maxi Kleber can come out and become healthy, he is eligible for the playoffs. And if he can return, this would be a huge step. He's played with Luka Doncic before in Dallas for years. This would be absolutely crucial. You can see this here. Maxi Kleber, a veteran big man, was thrown into the Luka Doncic trade just over 2 months ago, and he has been something of an afterthought for the Lakers fans ever since. He injured his foot in January, I believe he broke his foot, and subsequently underwent surgery, and he hasn't appeared in a game since. He has been slowly inching towards a possible return. However, earlier this month, he was cleared to start performing on-court activities, which we covered here on the channel. And now at the start of the 2025 playoffs, just days away, another positive update arrived. Yes, he is going to be available at some point within this playoff run, but this is a big turn of events here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Again, the fact that they are going to be down on big men, you have Jackson Hayes, and you're going up against a big team in the Timberwolves, but even beyond the Timberwolves, of course, one step at a time. We'll dive into some other updates there. The fact that LeBron's fully healthy is, of course, fantastic news. The fact that Maxi Kleber is starting to slowly ramp up, if he can ramp up fast enough, I unironically could see him playing some sort of part. Again, he hasn't played in a very long time, but he's a veteran. He's, been around. I think Redick could find a spot for him if he becomes healthy in the rotation in the playoffs, which is crazy to say, but he has that, he has the accolades of that, and I think he truly can. You can see some, some video here. Maxi Kleber getting some shots up after the Lakers practice. He is a stretch four. He can play the five, all these different things. He'd be a perfect backup five, and I'm curious to see what you guys think about in the comment section below. Again, with Trey Jemison and Koloko not being able to play here, this kind of elevates other people's roles. And of course, you have Dorian Finney-Smith, but if you want a backup center, backup power forward to help kind of counteract and be able to stretch the floor alongside Luka Doncic, I don't know how, you can't really ask for a much better guy. I mean, you're not going to be able to get any. We're in the postseason now. It's very rare you have some major returns like this, especially someone who hasn't played a game in a Lakers uniform. But he was seen as a bit of an afterthought in the Luka Doncic trade, rightfully so. I mean, we got Luka Doncic, but this is absolutely massive for the Lakers. And again, you look at some of their, guys here, they're going to have the starting lineup. And then, of course, you have your bench, but Trey Jemison and Koloko cannot play. They were not converted from the two-way contract to a standard NBA deal. They decided to rock with Alex Len. And, of course, I'm talking about as if, I'm talking about all this as if Alex Len isn't on the team. I do not want to see him in the playoffs. I would rather see, and let me know down below if you agree or disagree. It might be a hot take. I don't think it is. I would rather see Maxi Kleber, after not having a good, season. A couple of years ago, he was fantastic. 6th man of the year finalist, averaging 7 points a game, 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds. I would rather see Maxi Kleber play for the Lakers this postseason, having never played a game with the Lakers before, never played a game under JJ Redick, than ever watch Alex Len touch a basketball court again for my my Los Angeles Lakers team that I'm a fan of, right? I just don't want to see it. It is very, very clear to me. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on that, because boy, oh boy, it's going to be interesting. And some more comments here. This is regarding LeBron James. Coach Redick on LeBron's defensive anchorship. LeBron, throughout the year, has been a real leader on that end of the floor for us. I think the buy-in of what we're doing has been real good. And that's, of course, talking about the defensive side of the ball. And we think back to earlier in the season, following the Luka trade, when JJ Redick came out and unironically said that LeBron James is playing an all-NBA defensive level, right? An all-defensive level. He looked very good prior to his, injury that he dealt with. If he can come back now and just be completely locked in on defense, that is going to be the difference between a win and a loss in, for a championship, even getting to the Western Conference Finals, all these different things, the conference finals, because you're going up against a team where the Lakers should be able to abuse Mike Conley offensively and abuse him defensively, because he's not a good defender by any means, and you have one of the best guards in the world in Luka Doncic. Anthony Edwards is going to be tough. Jaden McDaniels, fantastic defender, doesn't do much offensively. And then, of course, you have Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert. I'm very curious to see how the Lakers go about matching up Jackson Hayes with Gobert, depending on how things go there. Will they be running small ball 5? And I say small, and everyone calls the Lakers small. They are like all above 6'5", basically, besides, they have a ton of tall players, all above 6'5", besides one of their guys. Yes, they're small in the traditional sense that they don't have a 7'3" center out there, a ton of 7-footers, and the size to go up against a guy like Rudy Gobert as it pertains to height. But they have size overall, and that's why they've been able to play so well defensively. You have Dorian Finney-Smith out there. You have a bunch of different guys. The Lakers are not a small team. I know it's a narrative that has been going around for a while, but it's non-Lakers fans usually who say it. But man, oh man, the Lakers are not necessarily small. Reaves is 6'5". You have LeBron James. You have Luka Doncic. No one is short on this team. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Apologies for the mini rant, but everyone's above 6'5" on this team. It's not like you have a 6'1" guard, whereas you have Mike Conley, who I believe is 6'3". You can abuse him in the post. We're going to see Luka Doncic abuse him in the post. And you also, Rui Hachimura is going to be a key part of this as well. You can see this here. He copped off the best three-point shooting season of his career. If he continues this into the playoffs, this team is absolutely terrifying to play against the Los Angeles Lakers, and we all know that. Now, you can see this here. Lakers need to hunt down Rudy. Don't let him enter the fourth without at least 4 fouls. The real question is what happens when the Wolves go small to match the Lakers. LA has to force Minnesota to go to it by playing Gobert off of the floor, which I think they will. Then it's probably Ant, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid versus Luka, Austin, Rui, DFS, LeBron. I love the Lakers' chances in that matchup. You guard Ant, you don't have a ton of offensive threats aside from, Randle, of course, can get his own, and Naz Reid is a great, bench player. One of the best 6 men, probably the best 6 men in basketball, and I don't want to understate how good he is. Lakers are going to be good, and we might even see a Maxi Kleber return soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm fired up. We're almost at that point now where the postseason is there. It's just around the corner. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.